Welcome back to Tumwater, where it is time to wrap this one up with the Aldersons Awards West post-game show for trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more. Go to aldersons.net and check out their full catalog. I am Matthew King. Your final score, the Tumwater Thunderbirds hang on and knock off the WF West Bearcats 2-1 in an absolute thrilling and fast-pitch matchup. And from start to finish, we knew this was going to be an absolute grind. Runs were going to be at a premium. It was going to be a showcase of two incredible pitchers, and that's exactly what we got. It was for the Bearcats, Cami Dacus, for the T-Birds, Ella Ferguson, and it's Ferguson getting the win. But, man, both pitchers really brought their A game from start to finish. Tumwater, they'd get their first base runner of the ballgame on their first batter, Ali Waltermeyer, a single, but that would be it until the fourth inning. It was 9 consecutive batters retired by Dacus. And then in the fourth, she got into a little bit of trouble. Leadoff single by Jalen Latchoff, followed by a walk to Jaylene Manriquez. She'd get a big out. Jamie Haas, a grounder to short. They'd get the out at third. Kylie Waltermeyer would then ground out to second. Runners would move up second and third, 2 outs. And Megan Paul steps up with a 2-out, 2-run single to give the T-Birds the 2-0 lead. For the Bearcats, they didn't have their first base runner until the fourth. Lena Fragner, a single. Things would get a little interesting in the 6th and 7th, though. Single for Lena Fragner with 1 out. She then gets to second on a ground out by Brielle Eder. They intentionally walked Savannah Hawkins, who was the hero in Game 2 between these two squads, with the walk-off home run. And then Cami Dacus goes down on strikes. A big strikeout for Ella Ferguson. She wasn't out of danger yet. Into the 7th, Avalon Myers, a leadoff solo home run, gets the Bearcats on the board 2-1. A couple of quick strikeouts from Ella Ferguson. Things were looking good for Tumwater. Then Brianna Crosby with 2 strikes. She reaches on an error. Then Rachel Gray with 2 strikes. She comes up with a base hit. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Lena Fragner bloops one into shallow left field. But Ali Waltermeyer, who was great all day long in the field, goes back and makes the play to finish the job for the Tumwater Thunderbirds. Again, just an absolute great, technically sound, fast-pitch game. Both teams very well coached. Not going to make many errors. Neither team going to beat themselves. You're going to have to come out and earn it each time you take the field with one of these squads. The T-Birds, they're the ones who earn it. Again, take this season series 2-1 over the Bearcats, and now look to be in a good spot to wrap up the league title here in the next couple of weeks. Let's go ahead and get you the final stats for our starters. Cami Dacus, she went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 2 runs. They were both earned. For Tumwater, Ella Ferguson, she goes 7 innings, 5 hits. The only walk was an intentional one. 6 strikeouts, 1 run. It was earned on the solo home run by Avalon Myers. Let's go ahead and get you our MVPs of this one. Let's start with our visiting team MVP for the Bearcats, brought to you by Pacific Sports Spa in Chehalis. Pacific Sports Spa can get you back in the game in a hurry and is the leader in rapid recovery. Go get yourself game ready at Pacific Sports Spa. No real surprise here. Got to go with our starting pitcher, Cami Dacus. 6 innings with 5 strikeouts, just allowing the 4 hits. 2 runs, both earned on that bloop single that turned out to be the difference maker. She was great. Also at the plate, had a hard line out. That was an absolute rocket right at Waltermeyer. But Dacus, you just know what you're going to get from her. She's going to dominate in the circle, really put the pressure on the opposing bats. Tumwater, they were just able to do enough this time around, but Dacus, once again, a great performance from her. Now for our home team MVP, brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center in Chehalis, Centralia, and South Bend. Strong today, stronger tomorrow. Strong gets together at Thorbeck's. For Tumwater, of course, there were a few different players who really stepped up. Ali Waltermeyer, fantastic on defense. Of course, Megan Paul, the big, what turned out to be the game winner, the 2-out, 2-run single. That was incredible, but got to go with the starter, Ella Ferguson. 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, was really in control. Got into a little bit of trouble there in the late going in the 6th and 7th, but she never really lost her composure. She just continued to fire strikes, make the Bearcats put the ball in play, and she really trusted her defense. She's going to just throw strikes, make the Bearcats put it in play, and let her defense do the rest, and that's exactly what they did. They picked her up in a big way, but another great performance from Ella Ferguson. She is your home team MVP for this one. Once again, the final score, the Tumwater Thunderbirds knock off the WF West Bearcats here today, 2-1. Next up for both squads will be action on Wednesday as WF West heads just across the way to take on the Centralia Tigers. Meanwhile, Tumwater will be back here to host Black Hills, both those games taking place on Wednesday. I am Matthew Ging, and that is all the time we have for this edition of High School Softball here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Once again, final score, Tumwater defeats WF West 2-1. We hope to see you down the road for more high school sports here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. Have a great rest of your night.